We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Cure Auto Insurance. Ricky Bottalico, I'm Michael Barkann. In a moment, John Kruk from the ballpark. You see, now they're playing playoff teams, see? The next 9 games against playoff teams. Seattle, Houston, the Dodgers. Of the first 23 games, they were also Rans, except for the Yankees. And this was a winnable game, Ricky Bo, against the playoff team.
It is a winnable game, but, I mean, you came up short. Again, 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. You look no further than the top of the lineup. Number 1, 2, and 3 in the lineup. 1 for 11 in this game, with 1 run scored, and that was Kyle Schwarber, a guy who didn't even have a hit. Ended up scoring in this one. They had their opportunities. And when you look on the pitching end of this, I thought Bailey Falter was okay. Again, I mean, I think, 2 out of his 4 or 5 starts now have been okay starts. The rest have been good. I just look at it in a sense like this. He goes out there in a 5th inning where he throws 33 pitches, boosting his pitch count now to 81 in the game. Now, you might say, well, it's only 81 pitches, but you just had a labored inning where you threw 33 pitches. I get him out at that point. It could have changed the complexion of this game.
Agree. Interestingly, 98 pitches for Bailey Falter tonight, same as his last start before that was 94. So certainly stretching him out is not an issue.
That's not really even the point. I mean, you're 5 starts in. You should be stretched out where you can go whatever distance you need to go right now. You're a month into the season. It's not like you're 2 weeks into the season. It's not like it's a week into the season. He should be able to go out there and pitch his game. Phillies just did. This is what we've been talking about, I think, on the roller coaster ride that we're on right now with the Phillies offense. Okay, they had a good weekend against a bad team. This is where you have to start stepping up. You have 3 series in a row now against teams that were in the playoffs last year. So now you're stepping up in artillery from other teams, which means you have to step up right there with them. Phillies were not able to do that today. They deserve to lose this game. Yeah. Phillies didn't do anything to win this game. How's that?
Let us step up right now and talk to the one and only John Kruk. Called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy from the ballpark. Welcome back to the booth, John. Where did you think this one went by the boards?
6th inning, really. I'll tell you that, you mentioned Seattle being a playoff team. They're good. I mean, they can swing the bats, too. And, I agree with Rick. I thought Bailey was okay. I thought he fought it there for a couple innings. But, he didn't let it get out of hand. And he gave a team a chance to win. Like you said, they just left guys on base. I hate to bring up another bad base running play, but there was a bad base running play in there by Marsh, getting doubled up on a line drive when you're down 3. That's not acceptable, and I'm sure he'll tell you that, and every coach down there will tell you that too. But it just felt weird. The whole game just felt weird. Like it just didn't seem like. Even when the Phillies got guys on base, you just thought, this just isn't meant to be tonight for some reason. I don't know why I had that feeling. There's nothing that dictated it. I should have that feeling. I had that feeling. I don't know. It was just a weird day all around.
I know what you're thinking, because I look at it this way. Shutdown innings are extremely important in my eyes. I mean, I was a reliever, so I looked at it that way. That, okay, if my team goes out and score, now we got to shut them down. And twice in this game, they weren't able to do that. How much does that deflate an offense when you're playing in a game like that?
Yeah, it's demoralizing. It's demoralizing when, you battle, you cut the lead to 2, 1 or 2, whatever it was, whatever it is, and then go right back out and give it back up again. And it seems like you're always fighting that uphill battle in games like that. But I don't think it was a factor, Rick, in this game. But I don't think it was the reason. It just, it seems like whenever the Mariner pitchers had to make pitches, they did, and so the Phillies. Few times it got a little away from Bailey, and it got away from Brogdon.
Yeah, and John, if you play the numbers, and what the heck, baseball's a game of numbers, and you look at Seattle against left-handed pitching, 198 batting average against lefties, 272 on-base percentage against lefties, and then they overcome that and overcome Bailey Falter, whose ERA stays the exact same at 4.50.
Michael, maybe that's why Rob brought him out for the 6th inning, because he knows that they do struggle against lefties. maybe that was the reason. I don't know. You know, that's. I'm sure we're going to hear from Rob here after the game, and he'll explain that to us and what his thought process was. But I always get these numbers, you know, like, oh, they're this against lefties, or like if they played 40 games already against left-handed starting pitching, then you can say, okay, now we have a big sample size. But you know, a small sample size. I tell you what, man. Some of these guys out here can swing it, man, for Seattle, and I hate to say it's fun to watch, but I love watching some of these guys hit for the Mariners. I like him. And I think Rodriguez is going to really. He's too good a player to be hitting 240 or whatever. He'll fix it too, but I hope it's Friday when he gets right.
You know what they say, sweeper, no sweeping. What is a sweeper now?
Swiper, no swiping.
Oh, swiper, no swiping.
From Dora the Explorer.
Yes, very good. Hey, you know what? We're hip dads. Let us go to Rob Thomson post-game right now.
Did you feel like the Mariners started picking up Falter there in that long fifth inning? What did you make of those middle innings for him?
The fifth? He gave up the home run to Kelenic, and then base hit, throw-in error, infield hit. I thought he was still throwing the ball well. He threw a lot of pitches that inning, but I thought he was still throwing the ball well. Then he went out in sixth and struck out the first guy, and Suarez double, and then left a pitch up and out over the plate, home run. So, but overall, I thought Bailey threw the ball extremely well. He threw strikes. All his pitches were working. He was landing his breaking ball. Threw some good change-ups. I thought he pitched great.
He said after his last start, after giving up the early homer and kind of settling in, that he feels like it always comes down to one or two pitches for him. I guess it's like a difficult question. How does he avoid those one or two big mistakes?
I guess don't make mistakes. But, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. I think if you watch most games, guys make one or two mistakes or more a game. But, lately it's been costing him because he's pitched better than his record.
Rob, with Christian Pache, we talked about his hitting getting better, but is tonight kind of like the perfect game from the diving catch, but he hit the ball well 3 times again? Yeah, he's been playing great, and he's hitting the left-handed pitching. That's for sure. He's worked at it. Him and K. Long have worked hard, and we're seeing results.
One guy who's not hitting left-hand pitching is Trey Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something there?
I think he's just getting out of the zone right now a little bit. Just chasing. That's about it. That comes and goes at times.